Hello everyone. Thanks for joining me again. This will probably be the fastest tutorial you've ever seen. Again, these are things that I see people asking over and over again. And my short answer is, it doesn't matter. You can make anything you like out of any size strip. It really doesn't matter. There are a lot available on the market, as you all know. There is the 1.5 millimeter. These are rare and it's difficult to always get all of the colors that you want, but more and more I notice that people providing these, companies providing these are stepping up that game a little bit, and I'll show you why in just a minute. And then you have the 3 mil, which is, you know, just your standard. It's the most common. It has the most color choices. It's the most versatile strip. The next one is going to be your 5, and these are available in a wide variety of card weights and or paper weights. So this one that I've got right here is obviously card. You can see that it's quite stiff. However, you still can make a nice tight coil with this. I used this on a piece that I had that the majority of the piece was the 3, but I used this as a border so that it sort of looked more like it was framed. But here's some that's just a regular paper strip. Again, works great. You can use it however you want. The thing that I want people to know is that this is an art form. There are no hard and fast rules. And when I ask, or when I see people asking these kinds of questions, I want to tell you, just relax. Just go with your creative juice, for lack of a better term, and you'll find that as you practice and as you learn more, you will understand which ones you personally like best. I wanted to show this little pad of stuff. These are all made from, the flowers are made from the 1.5. And the reason that I like the 1.5 for this type of design is that it's more easily maneuvered. It's more easily manipulated. As you can see, my petals actually go in 2 directions. At the bottom, they cup in. At the top, they cup out. I wanted it to look as much like a natural rose as I could, and I grow roses, so I wanted this to be sort of like my David Austin Queen of Sweden, which is my favorite rose. Again, it's not perfect, but these are things that you're going to find as time goes on. But if I'm going to do work on a comb, the 1.5 is a little bit rough to work with. I've made it and it works, but what you'll see is that it's much harder to be precise with your glue. So, but the 3 mil is great for comb work or for husking board work. And it's honestly my favorite size strip for overall general use. And I've got bins and bins and bins of these colors for the 3s. So I have more to choose from in my personal stock. Again, this is a 1.5, and this one's kind of messy because I got my pastels everywhere, but you can see by the shape that they're easily manipulated. What I do with these is I make a tight coil, and then I brush over some glue over the top. I like to use the Elmer's glue. If you've seen my previous video, you'll know this because it's very flexible. But I'll brush the glue over the surface, and I usually choose the surface that's not going to be seen as readily, and let it dry, and then I start to manipulate it and bend it and move it. Because I have found that if I don't spread it with glue first, when I go to make these opposite curves, that sometimes the middle will pop out. And so then you end up having to coil the entire thing. This is 4 strips each of the 1.5. And again, that's just my personal preference, but I do want to show you that this is a 3, and it can be manipulated just fine. You can tell pardon my construction here. This was when I was first getting back into it. But I combined colors to sort of give it a very variegated look, but you can manipulate the 3 just as well. My fingers are just not as strong as they used to be when I was younger, and so that's one of the reasons that I like this. But I like the fact that I can move it in opposite directions. But again, it's perfectly possible. So these, I haven't tried to manipulate any of these, to be perfectly honest, other than to create a dome or a teardrop, and they work just fine. I've never had a problem. But again, this is all personal preference. So you can do paper weaving also with any size that you like. It depends on your patience level and how much time you want to spend. And that's really it. That's all I had to say today. I would love it if you'd leave me your comments. If you have any suggestions for future videos, I've got a few in mind. The next one coming up is going to be about tools. I'm trying to start slow so that people who are brand new have somewhere to go and a resource. I know when I took it back up after 30 years of not being in the craft, YouTube videos were just time-lapse with music over the top, and I craved someone to tell me, you know, how they were working it and why they were working it the way that they were. And so I've made it my goal to try to help people who are either new to the craft or want to explore some more intricate options. Again, please leave me your comments. I will read them all. Subscribe below. And if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.